Investigation team on black money has called for a total ban on cash transactions above 3 lakh rupees, sending its fifth set of recommendations to the government. The SIT has asked for such large cash transactions to be made illegal and punishable. Now, not just that, the SIT has also called for an upper limit of 15 lakh rupees to be imposed on cash holdings by individuals and companies. And they say if anyone or an entity wants to hold more cash than 15 lakh rupees, they need to take permission from the commissioner of the area. Joining us now to discuss these recommendations is noted financial services expert, Mr. Ashwin Parekh. Mr. Parekh, appreciate you joining us. Let me start by asking you about your reaction on the first recommendation that the SIT has made to the government, and that is that there should be a ban on cash transactions above 3 lakh rupees. And not just that, they want an act to be framed to declare such transactions as illegal and punishable under law.
Well, I mean, I must say it's a good measure. I mean, basically, we've been talking about control on black money in the country for quite a while now. Some concrete measures were required. So, cash transactions, particularly above a certain amount. I mean, there can be a big debate. Jury can be out to say whether 3 lakhs is a good threshold amount or otherwise. But at least, let's not forget, it's a beginning. You know, later on, if it is found that 3 lakhs could be a little less or could be a little more, depending on how many cases get reported and detected, then I suppose it can be tweaked. But, I mean, I thought within the country, the best way to, within the domestic economy, the best thing to control the movement of black money is to control the cash movement, basically. So,
giving this recommendation a thumbs up. But let me ask you about the other one, sir, and that has to do with cash holdings, where the SIT has suggested an upper limit of 15 lakh rupees on cash holding. They've also stated that in case a person or an industry requires to hold more cash, it may obtain necessary permissions from the Commissioner of Income Tax of the area. Do you believe this is viable, practical? Do you support this move?
So once again, I mean, the amount one can discuss, but I thought the concept, that is the approach, is valid to the extent that in the current circumstance, when you have an excellent RTGS and NEFT kind of system working, and you're making most of the transfers to your suppliers or to your employees, you know, through the banking channels, I mean, which are digital in nature, why should you be holding cash, you know, of a certain amount beyond a certain amount is certainly a very questionable proposition. So, I mean, I entirely agree that to begin with, 15 lakhs could be a good amount. Later on, we can really say whether there are more requests to the commissioner asking for permission to hold that cash more than 15 lakhs.
So, if you were the government, would you accept these recommendations, Mr. Parekh?
Well, I would. The thorn in the bush is, I suppose, the political funds and, you know, the payments made to the parties' end. So, I mean, let's see, I mean, how the government really imposes these recommendations or puts them into some kind of practice.
All right, Mr. Parekh, appreciate you joining us. Thanks very much for your